Okay, Judy, we're going to do some practice with 16th notes. So I gave you a sheet of paper that has the way of writing one full beat can be either a quarter note, 2 eighth notes, or 4 16th notes. So they're all equal to the same thing. They all take up the same amount of space. And then I gave you 5 different examples of ways to break that up. There are a couple more, but let's just do these few examples for now. So looking at the top still, 1 quarter note we count off as 1. So if we're doing a series of 4 quarter notes, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's eighth notes, you'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the way to play 2 notes in the space of 1 beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you want to play 4 notes in the space of 1 beat, we got to give them a name. We got to be able to talk about each part of the beat. So we gave them a name, the E and the the parts that are not named yet. So 1 and already had a name. The very beginning of the beat and the very middle of the beat are already named. 1 and. But in between, we have this guy here and the other guy on the way down. So 1 E and if we're thinking about our foot going up and down. 1 E and 2 E and so 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that's how that works. Another way to think of it is, well, we'll get there in a second. So I just gave you a bunch of examples. Number 1 is all 16th notes, 1 E and 1 E and so they all have the same amount of value. On the second one, the first half there is an eighth note. I like to actually just cover it up. If you look at the first half like this, it's just an eighth note. And the second half, the and there has been separated into 2 parts. And 1 and this first part 1 looks exactly the same as that one right there that we did on eighth note. So it's the same. That's still an eighth note. This eighth note here was separated into 2 16th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that sounds like a horse galloping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I like to think of that as a horse galloping. Number 3, the first half has been divided into 16th notes. The second half is just an eighth note. So this is normal. This looks exactly the same as the and. But we have 1E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. If you say it just without the 16th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then add the 16th note. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. It feels a little bit better, I think. So maybe get used to these for a second. If you need to pause it and get your head around these a little bit. Once you understand this, let's move on to these, okay? So if you need to pause it, pause it. But moving on, number 4 and 5 are the tricky ones, okay? So 16th notes here in a row, 1 E and But if I tie them together, then they ring long, okay? So we don't actually say any of the names we have for these. They're just ringing, but it's a way to break it up into even fourths of a beat. So 16th notes, take 1 beat, break it up into fourths. So I need to be able to see it to show you what I'm talking about. And the first one, 1 E and but we've tied together 1 E and. So 1 and left the to be played. So we play on 1, and we play on 1 1 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's the same as playing a shuffle. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. That's that. Another way to write that is a dotted eighth note followed by a 16th note all by itself. Dotted eighth note is the same as 1 eighth note plus half of its value, which is the same as 3 16th notes or a dotted eighth note. Sorry, I don't even know if I explained that very well, but that's what it looks like. A dotted eighth note followed by a 16th note. It's all by itself. 1 2 3 4. The fifth one, this is the opposite. So we have 1 E and but here we have the 1 is being played and the E is being played, but the E is holding for and 1 E and but it's held from after the E. So 1 E 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. That is this. There's a 16th in the beginning. Whoa. I didn't write that. Should have written like this. Yikes. All right, there should be a 16th note right there. I need to rescan the thing to you. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the 16th note is here all by itself. And then 3 8th notes at, what am I doing? Oh, sorry. I'm an idiot. Pay no attention to the idiot behind the screen. Trying to look at this through it on the backward is kind of bugging me out. That should have been 16th notes. Sorry, this makes way more sense now. These are all 16th notes. 1 E and a, but we have 1 16th note all by itself, and all 3 of these are being held. Okay. Go ahead and just draw that line there that I just drew on your piece of paper. I think it'll make more sense. You have it there. Just make sure that looks like 16th notes. Just draw that extra line right there. So anyway, we have 1 16th note all by itself, and then we have the other 3 16th notes, E, and are being held. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Same thing here. 1 16th note all by itself, and the rest of them are being played. 1E, 2E. That looks like a longer note, right? Short note, long note. Short, long, short, long, short, long. As opposed to long, short, long, short, long. It's short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay? I think that's going to do it for that. That's all I want you to get out of that. Just have some exercise with 16th notes. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know.